Hello everyone, True here, back with another video. I hope all of you guys are having a fantastic day. And before we get into today's video, please remember to like and subscribe. And the link to the 50 subscriber giveaway will be in the description. Yeah, that's still happening and you can still enter, so make sure to enter that. And I do want to give a shout out to King Furret. He's a fellow YouTuber. His channel will be linked in the description, who helped me out with some of the cards with this deck, so go check him out. He's almost to 1,000 subscribers. And without further ado, let's get into today's deck. So today's deck was piloted by Adam Kalamat to a top 16 finish at the Sunday Open. The deck originally came from a Japanese player who made top cut at a Japanese tournament, and this is the idea behind the deck. Is to use Misty's Favor to grab out Lance Prism Star, and to use Lance Prism Star once one of your Pokemon is knocked out to get out 2 Dragonites, and use Dragonite's Fast Call ability to search your deck for any supporter card you want and put it into your hand. So we can get out things like Bellelba Brycen-Man, we can get out Faba for special energy, we can get out Surge to use multiple supporters, and ideally a turn our ideal turn to pull off this combo would be Surge, Misty's Favor, and then to use Lance in the very same turn to pull out 2 Dragonites and to get set up like that. Another really interesting inclusion in this deck are the Mareeps and the Speed Energy combo. The Speed Energy, the Speed Lightning Energy I should say, basically acts as our Minchinos. It allows us to draw 2 cards every single turn just by attaching it, and it also provides for a manual retreat option for Mareep. Mareep, of course, is a great Pokemon for this mill deck. It allows us to put our opponent to sleep, and in combination with Slumbering Forest, the chances of them waking up are extremely low, so Mareep just buys us many turns and forces our opponent to use a switch, which is what we want with this deck. We also play the Mewtwo and Mew combo with the Magcargo-GX to help finish off our opponent's deck. Once they are at 11 cards, we can use Surge and then double Bellelba Brycen-Man, and then finish them off with Mewtwo and Mew-GX with Magcargo-GX's Burning Magma GX attack by milling the top 5 cards from our opponent's deck. And that's the idea behind this deck. We do not play Cinccino. Dragonite is our engine to grab out these Bellelba Brycen-Mans. We play 4 Pal Pads to recover the Bellelba Brycen-Mans, and then we can use Dragonite's Fast Call ability to get these supporters out of the deck. We play an interesting one of Aipom. I haven't really seen much use for this card, but I guess like if you're in a match and your opponent has a really big hand, which a lot of people do tend to do against Mill, and we don't play a Ditto or a Meowth, so they won't expect the Alolan Persian, or no, just the normal Persian would make them pay. Instead, we can just bench an Aipom and use Yank Out to take our opponent by surprise. Pretty nice inclusion. And something we don't play is Pokemon Communication. So if a Dragonite ends up in our hand, we play Oranguru's Primate Wisdom ability to put it back on top of the deck, and then we can use Lance Prism Star to get out the Dragonite onto our bench once one of our Pokemon are knocked out. And that's basically all I have to say for the deck. The rest is pretty self-explanatory. Capture Energies like more quick balls. It allows us to search out our basics faster. U-Turn Board is to retreat our Mareeps to the bench if they get so we can put them to sleep with Mareep. We can go into a Lillie's Pokédoll, and it's just really a nuisance for our opponent to get around not waking up, and at the same time having to find the gust to take a prize card. And that's all I have to say for the deck, and let's just hop into some games. Alright, so hopping into our first game against Luke War 90. I'm assuming we're up against Pikachu. Their typings were Electric, Grass, and Psychic. So I'm definitely expecting Pikachu here. I'm going to go ahead and call heads. We do lose the coin flip, unfortunately. We're probably going to go second. No, our opponent's actually going to opt for us to go first. That's fine with me. And it looks like we're just going to start with Zacian here. Definitely don't want to start with the Mewtwo and Mew-GX. Definitely don't want to give our opponent 3 prize cards. I would rather give them 2 prize cards than 3 prize cards. And I don't really want to do anything this turn. I want to hold on to my Slumbering Forest. I don't want to bench this Mewtwo and Mew-GX. We could get donked, but the chances of that happening are not that high. I'm not going to bench the Mewtwo and Mew-GX. I'm just going to take that risk and just Intrepid Sword here. So sort of a rough start from us. There's a Mareep that we can attach a Speed Lightning Energy to, and we also have a Cynthia and Caitlin in hand now. So we're starting to get rolling here. There's an Electromagnetic Radar here from our opponent. Our opponent needs a Tag Bolt GX and an Electro Power to win the game. Let's just hope they don't pull that off. That would be sort of unfortunate for us. But benching the Mewtwo and Mew-GX, but if I had to bench the Mewtwo and Mew-GX as well, we also probably would have lost the game. So not really. It doesn't really matter if we lose here. If they donk the Zacian, we probably would have lost anyways. If our opponent if we would have benched the 3 prizer this early in the game as well. So there's a Pikachu and Zekrom GX and the Dragonite GX from our opponent. Let's just hope they whiff it here. That's our only hope. Our opponent's taking their time, making up their mind. We do have the sleep combo, but unfortunately this deck does not play any form of switching. We can reduce the Zacian's retreat cost by 1 with the U-Turn board, but no way to actually hard switch it into this Mareep, which is sort of unfortunate. They attach a normal lightning energy, that is something to note, and they do get rid of a switch. That's pretty good for us as well. That means they have a slightly lower chance of getting the donk on us here. So there's the Tapu Koko Prism Star. There's the Dragonite GX getting rid of an energy switch. That's also pretty good for us. They still need to hit a Thunder Mountain. So they need to hit Thunder Mountain or another energy switch and a switch themselves and the E-Power to take a knockout on the Zacian. So we're really hoping that our opponent does not hit that here. That would be lovely for us to stay in this game against the Pikachu matchup. There's the Air Balloon. That's a switch. Do they have the... No, they retreat into the Dragonite GX. I'm assuming they don't have it here because there's no reason. There would have been no reason to do this play by attaching it to the Bolton if they were still in the game. There's the Mallow and Lana from our opponent, and just the Electrify from our opponent. It looks like they whiffed the donk. That's pretty fortunate for us. And here they're going to charge up the Pikachu. We do play Mew in this deck, so we definitely want to get that out as soon as possible. There's that U-Turn board I was talking about. So let's Mareep here. Do we attach the Speed Lightning Energy first, or do we Cynthia and Caitlin is the question. I sort of want to go with the Cynthia and Caitlin route because we could get a Capture Energy and attach it to the Zacian and actually retreat into the Mareep and put them to sleep. And with the Capture Energy, we can get out a Mew. So here, I will just Cynthia and Caitlin first. Probably get rid of a Surge for now. We do play 4 Surge, so that's good for us. No way to... no Capture Energy. That's sort of unfortunate. So let's attach the Speed Lightning Energy to the Mareep. No Quick Ball either, so we definitely could get Tag Bolted next turn. That would be unfortunate. So here, and we'll just bench the Oranguru. I'm thinking about benching this Mareep, because if our opponent Tag Bolts here, they could Tag Bolt plus E-Power knock out our Zacian and knock out our Mareep, and we would be forced to promote the Oranguru, and we wouldn't be able to put this Pikachu and Zekrom to sleep. So I'm actually going to bench the Mareep here. Maybe I should have benched both Mareeps and held off on benching the Oranguru. I think that might have been the better play to make. But that's fine for now. We don't need to throw down the Slumbering Forest, so let's just Intrepid Sword here, draw some more cards. There's the Capture Energy we were looking for, but that's a turn too late, unfortunately. Let's see if our opponent is able to take a knockout on our Zacian. There's another Lightning Energy. No Speed Lightning Energy from our opponent yet. There's the Marnie from our opponent. Oh no, a lot of our Surges are going on the bottom of our deck. There's the Lance Prism Star, however. This is actually a super, not a super good hand, but a pretty good hand. We somehow managed to draw into our last and final surge. The other two are on the bottom, and another one is in the discard pile. So this is the last surge we have in deck. There's a quick ball from our opponent. If they don't have the E-Power, I could see them going for another Dragonite GX to try to hit it. They could also chase the Oranguru. There's another Dragonite GX. I guess they would chase the Oranguru in this case because there's no real point to knock out the Mareeps, as I already have another one on the bench. There's the energy switch from our opponent, switching it onto the Pikachu and Zekrom. So they are guaranteed that Tag Bolt GX. Now all they need is an E-Power to take a knockout on this Zacian. They most likely play 4. If they whiff here, that'd be pretty funny. But no, there's the Electro Power, and there's the Tag Bolt GX taking a knockout on our Mareep. I didn't think they would do that, but that's fine. We can put them to sleep here. They probably have a switch in hand, which sort of sucks, but it's what we have to deal with. There is an Aipom. So if we actually hit what we need here, we could technically yank out our opponent. I think that's what we might go for. So here, Slumbering Forest first, Fluffy Pillow before I forget. So let's surge here. Let's play the Lance Prism Star. Get out both of our Dragonites. Oh, our Mew was prized, so getting that Capture Energy wouldn't have been a big deal anyways. That's fine. So let's get out the Dragonites here, and we can still play one more supporter. I think I should opt for a draw supporter here, just to hopefully draw into what we need. I don't really feel like going for Bellelba and Brycen-Man at the current moment in time. So let's go for a Cynthia and Caitlin, and let's thin out the deck even more by using another fast call. We can get out probably just a Misty's Favor because we don't really need Misty's Favor anymore. So I actually think I'll Cynthia and Caitlin away the Misty's Favor, because we already have the Dragonites in play, and yeah, we don't need Misty's Favor anymore. So let's grab back a Surge, and let's draw some more cards. And we actually hit the yank out combo on our opponent. That's super good. Our opponent currently has 8 cards in hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I don't know if it's actually worth going for the Aipom. We get rid of 3 cards. That doesn't feel super strong, but I'm gonna go for it anyways. We can attach the Capture Energy here. Probably just get out this Oranguru. I don't really want to bench another Zacian, because that's another 2 prize cards our opponent can take. Let's Primate Wisdom, put the Surge back on top of the deck. If our opponent Marnies us, we probably want to draw into a Surge to be able to utilize that with Dragonite. So let's yank out our opponent, get rid of 3 cards, I believe. 1, 2, 3. We got rid of a Speed Lightning, that's not bad, but no switch. They're still asleep here. Yank out probably wasn't the strongest play. I'll be honest, it looked like they had more cards in their hand, but we did get rid of a Stamp. And the Speed Lightning Energy, which is pretty nice. There's the attachment to the Bolton. There's the resetting call from our opponent, getting rid of our Slumbering Forest. Let's see what they have going for them. If they just pass, that would be really nice for us. There's the switch from our opponent into the Bolton V. And they will be taking a knockout on our Aipom. At this point, I think we need to start milling our opponent. I think that's the optimal play to go with. So here, I don't think they should attach the 3 energy anywhere. If they decide to attach it, no, they attach it to the Dragonite GX. That's another card we don't have to mill. Let's see here. There's a Lieutenant Surge, which we put on top of the deck last turn. Let's fast call. So currently their Bolton is actually knocking out a Zacian. So I definitely do not want to bench a Zacian in this case, in this scenario. So I think I'm just going to go for Cynthia and Caitlin here with this Dragonite, and draw some cards. We're definitely looking for a way to. We're definitely looking for a Slumbering Forest. That would be really good for us at this moment. Let's Cynthia and Caitlin first. Get rid of a Quick Ball. Put back Lieutenant Surge into our hand and draw some more cards. No Slumbering Forest to work with here. That's really unfortunate. I think we're just going to have to rely on Fluffy Pillow to work this turn. We have 3 left in deck, but we don't have a Pal Pad or any way to recover Cynthia and Caitlin to give us more draw, unfortunately. So I think I will just go for grab a Misty's Favor here, and quick Primate Wisdom, put the Quick Ball back on top of the deck. There's an Oranguru that's not great. Let's just Bellelba and Brycen-Man here. We got rid of we got rid of 2 bosses from our opponent. That's really good for us. But our opponent probably plays Eldegoss. So I still don't think it's worth benching the Zacian. We can bench the Zacian next turn. I think that would be a fine play. But as for now, I don't really think we need to. So here we can Quick Ball away something. I think I go for another Mareep here, because if you knock out this Mareep, we need a way to put them to sleep again. So I will Quick Ball away the Misty's Favor. Oh, we don't have another Mareep in deck. That's super bad for us. We prized 2 Mareeps. That's pretty unfortunate for us. I will just grab the Zacian here. And is it worth benching the Zacian? They are down 2 bosses orders, 2 Quick Balls, 2 switch as well. Is it worth the risk to bench the Zacian? I'm not entirely sure, to be honest. If they wake up here, it's gonna be really bad. So I think I just retreat into this Oranguru and just pass. I don't want to bench the Zacian. I really don't want to bench the Zacian, but I think I have to, because we just need draw power right now. So I will take the risk and bench the Zacian. I changed my mind. Probably just drop the U-Turn Board. No, not yet. We don't need to do that. So let's Intrepid Sword. Draw some cards. Let's just hope this Pikachu and Zekrom stays asleep. No, it does wake up. So our opponent is an Eldegoss. Away from winning the game. Yeah, just super unfortunate. Our opponent was able to wake up. We prized another Mareep. Yeah, just a pretty unfortunate game going for us here. Let's just hope our opponent doesn't have it. If they have they still need an energy. That is something to note. But they still have a good bit of Speed Lightning energy left in the deck. They're currently one-shotting the Zacian with this Bolton V, which is really bad for us. So we definitely need to mill some switches from our opponent. Yeah, things are just not looking too great for us right now. And just a full blitz from our opponent. That's good for us. That means they probably don't have a very good hand. And now we need to trap this Pikachu and Zekrom and make sure it stays asleep. So let's see what we draw. A Misty's Favor is not going to do it. Do we even fast call here? Let's start off with Fluffy Pillow. Let's fast call. See what's left in the deck. Let's see, if we were to Surge and Mill, I'll probably take another Bellelba and Brycen-Man. Sure. And Dragonite fast call out. We have a doll in hand we can retreat into, which is pretty nice. Grab out another Surge. And I will Bellelba and Brycen-Man first before I Primate Wisdom, because this increases our odds of getting a Slumbering Forest, I believe. We get rid of a Pal Pad, which isn't great, but we milled our opponent's Eldegoss, which is super good for us. I think we Bellelba and Brycen-Man again. We got rid of more Pal Pads from our side, which sucks, but we got rid of some more switches and the Speed Lightning energy from our opponent. So sort of mixed on how I feel about those surges happening for us. So we're down 3 Pal Pad. We still have 1 left in the deck if it's not prized. So let's Primate Wisdom. Stack the Faba on top of the deck, I suppose. I guess we have to play the Speed Lightning energy here. Hope to draw into a Slumbering Forest. Faba, Magcargo-GX, no Slumbering Forest to work with, unfortunately. So I think we just have to hope this Pikachu and Zekrom stays asleep. Otherwise, we do just we have to hope our opponent doesn't have boss's orders in hand. Yeah, that's basically our only hope. If they stay asleep, that's a bonus for us. So let's just Intrepid Sword here. There's a Pal Pad. We can use that the following turn. We definitely need to recover our Slumbering Forest soon. Yeah, so this has been a very interesting game, to say the least. Is our Ordinary Rod gone? No, our Ordinary Rod is still in deck, I believe. So we can definitely, hopefully, get that out. There's a Volkner from our opponent that can grab them a switch if they play Pokemon Catcher. That could work as well if our opponent plays Custom Catcher. No, just the E-Radar from our opponent. Yeah, pretty fortunate for us. They also stayed asleep. That's gonna help us out a lot. Takes a lot of pressure off of us for sure. And we could still win this game. There's the E-Radar from our opponent. That's fine. What do they grab? Probably the Pikachu Zekrom. And there's the Zeraora. But that's not going to allow them to retreat the Pikachu and Zekrom when it is asleep. And just the pass from our opponent, and they do stay asleep. That's pretty huge for us. So, what do we do here? Let's see. Our opponent does not have boss's orders in hand. We seriously need to dig for a Slumbering Forest this turn. We would be able to win the game this turn if our Fire Energy was not in the discard pile. Yeah, pretty unfortunate that it is there. Honestly, I'm fine with Pal padding back in some Cynthia and Caitlin's and one Bellelba Brycen-Man. If our Ordinary Rod is in deck, we should be able to pull it out with Cynthia and Caitlin. So let's Pal pad here. Let's use Fast Call to have a look through the deck. Let's check if the Ordinary Rod is there. Our Ordinary Rod is there. That's pretty big for us. So let's take the Cynthia and Caitlin here. Let's take the Bellelba and Brycen-Man here. And it comes down to, can we even win this turn? We need an Ordinary Rod, but there's really not a high chance of us getting that Fire Energy here. So I think I will just start off with the Cynthia and Caitlin and get rid of a Magcargo-GX. I think that's what I'm going to opt to do. So let's Cynthia and Caitlin here, get rid of Magcargo-GX. Probably just put a Bellelba and Brycen-Man back into our hand. Did I forget the Surge? Oh no, I forgot to Surge this turn. That's a little bit of a misplay on my part. That could actually cost us the game here. Let's Ordinary Rod. Shuffle back in one Fire Energy. And I just want to see if we would have won the game this turn had we played Surge. So let's Primate Wisdom here. No, we wouldn't have won the game even if we played Surge. So that's pretty good to know. So let's just pass. We could Intrepid Sword actually. So I will Intrepid Sword here, and next turn we do win the game if our opponent just passes. And the Pikarom does stay asleep, so they still need a switching option here. They thinned the deck last turn, so the chances of them having it have been increased. There's a Thunder Mountain from our opponent, but that's not enough. There's a Speed Lightning Energy. Do they have it? No, just the Marnie from our opponent. So we're definitely still in this one here, ladies and gentlemen. We draw 4 cards, that's fine. And just a concession from our opponent, and we take a dub against a Pikachu and Zekrom deck. That's a pretty good dub to have with this deck. And they even managed to pull off the Tag Bolt, and we were still able to take a dub against Pikachu and Zekrom. That's gonna do it for the video today, guys. I hope all of you guys enjoyed. Please remember to like and subscribe. And yeah, I hope all of you guys have a good day. Stay safe, and peace out.